Our next guest is also going to stay in Canada, joining us all the way from Canada. And I want to say three things about her first. The first is that she is a humanitarian visionary because she's the first to create organizations for all humans involved in fitness, simultaneously the first one to put an organization just for women who are strong leaders who influence. Number two, she is the first person ever to invite me to open and keynote and close at an event that she's organized, never on the same year, thank God. No one needs ever that much of Lawrence at one time. And number three, as Hall of Fame person that I know by Ursa, and best-selling author and visionary of how to work the least amount of time and be the most productive, I invite to our Fitness Works Around the World check-in tonight, Maureen Hagan, Mo Hagan, who is just everything of CanFit Pro, everything of a presenter who is completely versatile, land, water, dry, lecture, physical therapist, tennis, golf, everything. Thank you for joining us tonight, Mo.
My pleasure. I'm happy to be with you.
I appreciate your support in all that we do. Can you tell us, please, what is one of your favorite junk foods that might not be on a traditional vegan nutritionist list?
Oh, definitely. Chocolate-covered jubes.
What are jubes?
They're kind of like chewy gumdrops covered in chocolate.
Yeah, is this a Canadian thing or is it like a
Yeah.
universal? I don't know. Oh, wow.
Oh, I'm going to have to bring you some next time.
Or I'll buy
your
some at
room.
the CanFit Pro. Thank you. Gosh, we're going to remember that. I'm just so happy that CanFit Pro happens because we're all praying for our events to come back to normalcy as soon as possible. And what's one of your favorite songs?
Believe by Cher.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. And it's great for these times too. We'll believe that we're going to happen in Toronto in August. Yes, I like to start by inviting somebody to share something like a junk food and a song that we'll never read in your bio. Where are we finding you right now, geographically and in your space?
In my space, London, Ontario, which is where I live. Yeah.
Okay, and this is
the
your
longest.
office?
I have to say, this is my home office, which I've been actually saying, so here's a lesson, Lawrence. I've been complaining how little time I've spent in my home office for the past year. And now I've spent more time, consecutive time in my home office this past 2 weeks than I've done in a year or two.
Well, lesson learned. And are you feeling productive and home and comfortable there?
I'm productive, you can say that, because I've worked harder in the last 2 weeks since March the 15th than I thought I'd ever worked before, because CanFit Pro is running as a corporation, even though all the fitness clubs are closed. And it's been the hardest 2 weeks to have vision for a company to keep it afloat so that it's stronger for everyone to come back to and the industry to count on after this is over. So while many people have time in their hands, I have very little time, although I have much more quality time with my husband in the evenings, because by the time the day is over, I'm emotionally tired. That's how tough the days have been, but they've been important days, and I'm very honored to still be working and supporting CanFit Pro.
Have you found some format for a typical day now in our new normal? What are you doing besides spending time in your office? Are you visiting your kitchen a lot? What are you doing?
You know what? I'm on calls all day long, so I've really utilized new technology, Microsoft Teams. I get up every day, I get dressed, I have breakfast, I do sit my butt in my chair at my desk, which is not normal for me because I have stand-up desks at my other office. I take breaks throughout the day to go outside, and I try to move 3 times throughout the day, and then I go work out with my husband and walk in the evenings. So that's my new normal, and I hope my husband doesn't get sick of me, but I think I'm going to fall in love with working out with him more, because we've been doing that for every day for 2 weeks now.
That's lovely. I've been watching Jeff Howard teaching all his classes and streaming everything, and he has his husband Mark in the back Mark can't stop when Jeff comes to look at the comments and pretend he's walking around and breathing or taking water. Mark is doing everything. So
I see
good for
that.
you for having a workout buddy. Tell me,
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful that you're doing all that and keeping moving. And I've been following your posts on your Facebook, which is Move with Mo. And so
That's
you took a
right.
move of the day. What you did with a pair of dumbbells, hand weights, and your stairs in your house, one stair. It wasn't like walk up and down.
Yeah.
So creative. And you said, now here's what you do for the next 25 minutes.
Yep.
Just brilliant. You are such a visionary. Just good for you. So that's your typical day.
I thought it was a way to stay connected with my community and to contribute. And really, for me, connection is therapy. So as much as I serve the world in that way, it's therapy for me as well.
Wonderful. Noelle, I'm going to change my headset. So can you, in a moment, I'm going to ask Mo a question. And while I change my headset, you can mute me, please. Mo, can you tell us what's the state of the industry right now where you are, which is Western Canada, right? Is that
Eastern. I'm actually 2 hours west of Toronto.
2 hours west of Toronto. So you're not far
So
from Joanna.
eastern half. You're right.
And tell us a little bit about what's going on there in terms of clubs and streaming and what's open and what you see fitness professionals, personal training, and Group X are doing.
I'll tell you. So to top off what Ilona said earlier, we do have only essential workers. All the fitness clubs, studios, boutiques, rec centers are closed. That has put personal trainers and group fitness instructors overnight out of work. It is known as a temporary layoff. So I want to give the industry optimism, because it's not that we've lost our jobs forever, but we are temporarily unemployed, which does open us the space and the time to rethink how we do what we do. So this is an opportunity, as much as it is very stressful because income is not coming in. I am part of that labor layoff, although I'm still grateful to work every day at CampFit Pro. We are encouraged to go outside. Yes, the beaches of Canada, and there are beaches in Canada, they are closed. Toronto beaches are closed. Out west, I believe it's the same in British Columbia. I don't know about Eastern Canada, but we are encouraged to go outside and to move. We're not allowed to be in groups of over 5 unless you're a family, and that would be family that's been together since the isolation. If I have family that aren't together, and they're encouraged not to come together, because if you have elders in your family, you don't want to expose them at any risk. So it is hard for families, especially if you have family that's living on their own. So it's really important to stay connected and use technology. And guess what? The old-fashioned way, like you and I have been since the day we met, pick up the phone, call people, tell them you're thinking of them. So that's one thing that's my new normal, is I reach out to somebody that perhaps I've worked with but is temporarily laid off every day. I reach out to a member of my family, and I reach out to someone that doesn't expect to hear from me. And every day I do that. And again, that's my way to contribute and help people know that they're not alone and that together we'll get through this. I can't hear you, Lawrence. Noel, is that myself or is that Lawrence? I can't hear you. So if you can hear me, can you hear me? Oh, you can hear me. I can't hear you, but that's okay. I have a poem to share. Would you like me to share my poem? I created a poem because I can only sing if it's your birthday. You wouldn't want to hear me sing otherwise. So here we go. I'm all about connection. So I wrote this weekend for Petra's Reimagine event. So I saved it for you. Why do we connect? Inside each of us is an inherent desire to belong. We exist in a world that thrives through compassion and unity. Fear and isolation cease to exist in a world filled with hope and belief. None of us are meant to walk alone. Life is a journey towards a deeper realization of who we are and why we exist. Everything in our universe is interconnected, and we are all one. When we reach out and ignite the light in others, we spark the heavens with a profound intention. Look up and embrace the miracle of life. And this is why we connect. So I would like to take credit for that, but it's not mine. It's Jerry Visca. You've met Jerry, Canada's Y guy. So he wrote this and he allowed me to share it in my connection work. I can't hear you, but I love you. Okay, so I keep talking? Yes, I'll keep talking. 2 minutes. All right. Well, I can talk for longer than 2 minutes. So what I'm going to say to all of you that are listening to Lawrence and this great work that he is doing, please say yes. When someone invites you to step in to an opportunity like this, to take a risk and learn new technology, knowing that it doesn't always work perfectly. I have to say that, learning Be Live TV through Facebook was a bit of a stress for me this weekend, but I said yes, because this gives you the opportunity to learn. And when we learn, then it actually is a gift that we get. And through tough times, I want you all to believe that when you look back, you want to feel proud, and you will feel proud of yourself for how you showed up every day. And we all have a choice how we show up.
Me back in the bottom.
Oh, you're back, Lawrence.
I'm listening to you tell us about how we need to show up, because it's a great invitation and it's a great challenge. And your poem, you had me at the beginning. I thought you said you wrote something, but you got permission to share it.
I got permission to share it.
Who needs
I can't
permission?
take credit. I share the talents of all of us, because together, we all get better and we all blossom. So my gift is connection. That's why I'm connecting with my community. For those who would like a 28-day connection challenge to find out more about yourself.
We've been putting your social media link here.
Yeah, go to my website. It's on the homepage on the menu bar, 28-day connection challenge. And there's 4 weeks, of course, in 28 days in a month. And we have a new month starting. And you can take that challenge. And I encourage you to do that, because it gets you in touch with yourself, with the universe, with others, and with the community like you haven't really intended to do before. So while connection always takes attention, I'm inviting everyone to put intention behind that.
Oh, I love that. Okay, and it's for men and women, or it's just for the thing of women? Or okay.
Nope, for everybody.
Good. And it's also the main thing we land on when we go to your website, mohagan.com.
It's on my website, and you can print off the calendar. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's wonderful to do. Thank you for sharing that with us. Before I let you go, you did a prayer. You told us your junk food, which isn't really junk food. I think it's a necessity. Tell us about what are you finding? Lots of personal trainers and fitness instructors are online and doing the Zoom, or do you think a lot of people are still home and in shock, or do you think people are figuring it out and still finding revenue? What do you think is happening?
I would say all of the above, although the first and second probably are more accurate. More people are trying to jump online and have a presence through Zoom, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and I think that's great, but you want to be authentic. So if it's not your space, don't jump on for the sake of just feeling pressure to do so. Connect with your clients. My personal trainer has connected with me outside of the gym for all the years I've trained with him. He calls me, he touches base, he texts me, he checks in to see that I'm training every day. He gives me a new exercise. And then there are other trainers and instructors that are still trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So they are in part shock and part paralyzed to know what to do.
Right.
And I think as the
Right.
days and weeks go on, people will find their way. But I
Sure.
encourage them to stay connected. And then number three, um, you know, I I feel that if instructors and trainers and the whole industry takes this time to stop, to breathe, to think, and to reinvent themselves, they will come out of it with something new to move their business, their brand, and their personal happiness forward. We just have to keep working together to get through this because, even my greatest mentors tell me there's days they wake up and they have mini meltdowns, or as I call it, not
Sure.
so magnificent moments. I've had many of those this past 2 weeks. I've probably never cried so much in front of my peers than I have in the last
Mm.
couple of weeks, but that's being real, right?
And they
Uh,
get closer to you when you show your humanity, or,
Absolutely.
right? When you show that you are absolutely able to experience all these things and show these things instead of being a stone, right? Good
Exactly.
for you. I'm sorry that you cried, but I'm so happy that you were able to feel comfortable enough to do that in front of your staff. Even if you couldn't control it at the moment and you didn't run away, you let your tears flow,
Yep.
because tears have
Yep.
cortisol and we release stress that way.
Oh, that's so true. Yeah, so true.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that wisdom with us. And do you think that in general, I know you have a huge connection, and the largest chain of clubs in Canada is Good Life Clubs, right?
Yep.
They're all closed? Are there exceptions somewhere?
Nope. Every Good Life Fitness Club is closed, and all of the other sister companies, Fit for Less is closed. Oxygen Yoga and Fitness is closed. So that is a combination of about 500 locations across Canada in total.
And is there a policy of what instructors do, or is it up to them, or is there a portal in place? Like some companies, like I
Yep.
think Crunch has some portal where instructors can upload or stream workouts, etc.
Well, we're about to launch a really cool part of our new app at Good Life Fitness, actually Monday, the 16th of March. And we pulled it back down because it was an online booking for classes. And of course, there are none. So
Right.
within a span of a week, we flipped our vision and we've moved to taking our virtual classes and live stream them. So we've made virtual classes available to our members. We've actually chose as a company to stop the dues, but we are providing our members with services in the form of virtual classes. And then we also have our connection with Les Mills. So Les Mills On Demand is extending to everyone, Lawrence, not just a Good Life member, but anyone. Les Mills On Demand, free. I think it's for, I forget if it's a month or if it's a couple months, but there's a lot
That's
available
wonderful, Mo.
online. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
That
then
gets a lot of people.
instructors,
Smart marketing, like Netflix. Your first month is free. HBO gives you a
exactly.
week.
And we're seeing that with everything, right? Everybody's extending. I just saw on the music channel we watch, we listen to here in my home, they're extending a free month of karaoke. And I said to my husband, let's get it.
Oh,
He's like, no way. See, I told you I wasn't a good
oh,
singer.
oh!
Um,
You are. You do anything.
yeah,
You're
and
one
then
of
we're
those people who
guiding.
could do whatever you want.
We are guiding. If anybody is interested in learning more, I know that other countries are doing this. I know you're connected in the US with IDEA and ACE. They're giving out guidelines and supporting
Right.
instructors and trainers. CamFit Pro is putting a lot out through our blogs, and we're uploading, as of tomorrow, brand new online training that people can take. So while they have time on their hands, they can actually take a course, get a certification, learn about becoming more techie with an online business, and there's still more to come. So connect with camfitpro.com and you'll see everything that we're helping to put available for instructors and trainers, as well as the business owners and operators.
Thank you. And it's also wonderful because you put out this great email just a few days ago, which said, sort of like IDEA and ACE, here are some things to consider. Here are some things to ask. Here are some things that you could do going forward. Good for the instructors for just
Mm-hmm.
taking up initiative of keeping their connection with people. I'm sorry about the classes, but I love how you said you flipped your vision, and then instead of charging people or having people sign up for classes,
Yep.
now they're virtually
Taking
getting to
classes
stay
online.
connected.
And imagine after
Thank
this is
you.
over, how many people will have fallen in love with fitness classes. And I see a huge opportunity there.
Right. That's a huge a whole other online chat discussion workshop series. What's going to happen? Because I think when we go back, there'll be some PTSD. There'll be some people who
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
keep up their fitness, and level 1 is not level 1 anymore. And level 3, God knows what level 3 is. Did they really
Yep.
keep up that intensity or surpass us? Who knows? But it's
Who
not going to be the
knows?
same world. It's not. Thank you very much for your presence, for giving us all your wisdom in the industry so we could connect to Canada and see how fitness works when we stay connected and not feel that we're just in isolation. Thank you,
Well,
Maureen Hagan.
thank you for having Canada involved in all the
Of
work that you
course,
do.
Mo.
And I
Thank
look
you.
forward to having you at CanFit Pro because we got a surprise for all your fans, Lawrence.
We do? Well, you and I have a surprise that I know about, not a surprise I
Yeah.
don't know about. Okay,
No,
sure.
no, that's the
I don't really have
surprise.
any fans. I think Biscuit is my fan. There might be
You have,
people
aw.
who have to find something, but that's by default. It's not, those days of fans, you have
Well,
fans.
oh, yes.
I don't have
Lawrence, you're
fans.
coming back to CanFit Pro. We can't
Yes,
wait. And you are
yes.
going to be entertaining us in your own unique way. And everybody's going to have to come and see what that's all about.
Hashtag bucket of crazy. Okay, I get my whole 30 seconds. Thank you very much. Thanks, Mo. Thanks for being a
Love
pet.
you.
Thank you. Sunday night. Love you
Bye.
more. Bye.
Bye.